morning, good afternoon. Sorry. Good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Katie O, and this is Moonlong Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another energy peephole for today, the 25th of November, 2021, where we are in a waning gibbous moon in the sign of Leo. Now, I heard the word bravery. And when I heard that, I was kind of like, well, what does that mean? And justly, I think that today we are really focusing on what does it mean to be brave? What is courage? What is bravery? You know? What is that? What does that mean? Does it mean being able to face death with head on? Does it mean being able to face your interior head on? Does it mean acts of strength and feats of force? Does it mean being soft and when we want to maybe lash out and throw our ego around? I don't know. It depends on each and every one of you, but I do believe that the theme of today is what does it mean to be brave? And what did we once believe about bravery that we might not truly identify with anymore? I think this relates back to the vulnerability message that I've had a little while ago. Is I think we are realizing a little bit more about how bravery doesn't have to be these big feats, but bravery can just be being true to ourselves. Bravery can be being honest. Bravery can be being open. But like I said, it's going to be different for everyone and each and every one of you, and I think it's time to explore the idea of bravery itself. All right, we've got 6 aspects today I'd like to talk to you about. First and foremost, the moon is in a trine with the sun. And I believe that this is a little bit of confirmation of what I was talking about. What does it mean to be brave? Is the moon in Leo is identifying with a new sort of bravery and a newfound healthy ego that doesn't just react for the sake of it, but that does understand that fight or flight is important without being all-encompassing. Now, we don't have to stay in fight or flight mode all of the time, but sometimes we do need to protect ourselves. That healthy sense of ego is helping the moon to understand what it is to be a lion. The moon is also in opposition with Saturn, and I believe that Saturn's asking us to keep in mind our little micro adjustments that we've been doing with regards to our karma, but to also consider with an open heart, with a brave heart, the implications of what several lines of action can have on your emotional stance, as well as your general well-being. I do believe in a Leo moon that we realize how important it is for our well-being to be emotionally centered sometimes, to listen to our heart, to tap right into our subconscious, and it helps us be better. Yeah. It's like, I was talking to a friend today, and we were talking a little bit about the injustices that are happening in the world. And I said to her, it really makes it difficult for somebody in their, logical mind to be able to fathom having a child in this day and age, like to be able to pass on your genes is one thing, but to bring them into a world that has so much fragmentation and so much polarity and so much hate, and for it to be accepted, be accepted to be hateful. I believe that a certain public figure in a certain country, which I will not name, has made it very, very acceptable again for the world to express really shitty ideas. I think everybody has shitty ideas or shitty opinions or prejudices, but decency is understanding that we don't need to air those comments to everybody. Sometimes it's better, those deep, dark truths inside of ourselves are better left for ourselves because they hurt other people. Yeah. And I told her that I thought that it was incredibly brave and incredibly commendable to be a parent in these day and ages. Because not only is being a parent one of the hardest jobs on the planet, but now you've got so much extra shit to navigate. And I believe this kind of shows us, it's like Saturn is saying that there is karma involved in every action. Yeah. And this can be pushing and pulling. This can be like, for example, with a parent, yeah, you have the biological drive to pass on your genetics. But what does that really mean for your child? What does that really mean for you? And furthermore, just because you're a parent doesn't mean that you have to be like this unfeeling robot that just does everything for the good of their children, right? You're a human being too, and you need to cultivate your own well-being in order to give the best you to your children. And I believe that this is a very multifaceted thing. You know, there's many arguments in that conversation that I talked about. But they all relate back to somebody's general well-being and understanding that there are greater implications of it. And if we do choose to take certain courses of actions, we're going to have to frequently microadjust, frequently rework things, frequently evaluate in order to do so in an honest and open way. Okay. We also have the moon making a square with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of unexpected upheavals. Yeah, but when it's in retrograde, it's not unexpected. It's things that we see coming. It's things that we knew deep, deep, deep down inside of us, and maybe we denied them for some time, but deep, deep down inside of us that these things were built on unsturdy structures, and they need to come down if we want to truly cultivate a sense of stability. So using the bravery that we discussed in the face of challenges due to old structures that don't have our stability and safety at heart. So these things that are coming down around you, you knew they were coming. It doesn't make it comfortable when they do fall down, but at the very least, we can use this beautiful Leo-centered moon energy to help us be brave in the face of these changes. Now, does that make sense? I hope. Mercury is also in opposition with our North Node. So our destiny calls us to use Sagittarius energy of Mercury right now to explore these potential avenues with conviction, but remember not to be too rigid. Remember what I said yesterday about Sagittarius. If you've not seen yesterday's energy update, go check it out. Mercury moved to the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius energy with Mercury is beautiful because it makes us seek the greatest truths. Yeah, it makes us have direction forward about how to look at things in a truthful way, about how to move in a more authentic way, about how to set our sights onto something that actually does help us because we understand our truth. But sometimes when we start to identify with a certain truth, we can put the blinders on and think that that's all that there is. We make a big picture of a little facet. And I do believe that with the opposition with the North Node is pushing and pulling on Mercury, saying, look, it's a tug of war, but Mercury is very, very driven forward. It's like the Mercury is not even looking, it's not pulling in face of the North Node. It's trying to turn around and run with the rope wrapped around its waist, pulling on the North Node. And the North Node has just got it's the North Node doesn't move. Well, I mean, it does move, but like the North Node basically digs in and pushes and pulls in accordance with how Mercury is moving. So I do believe that our destiny is being a buffer right now to this rigidity of what Sagittarius can be. The moon is also sextiling the North Node. All right. Oh, also, sorry. Mercury in opposition to the North Node does mean that also Mercury is in conjunction with the South Node. And the South Node is about our past following us into our present. Okay. So that Mercury energy where it's like, truth, it could very well be getting too rigid about the past sometimes, about the lessons that we learned about the past and taking them as one for all truth, even though they may be dated. And that's why our North Node is around going like, no, 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 no. This is the way forward. Yes, I understand that there were the implications of our past, but we are moving forward now. And it's going to rein in that energy when you get too blindfolded or blindsided, rather. Okay, moon sextiling North Node. Our desire to materialize the things that are meant for us will heal our heart and allow it to bring in that warm courage to navigate the things that will come up to lead us to what's meant for us. And this can be both of the North and the South Node. The things that are moving us towards our future do have roots in our past. And when those past things come up, well, we need to use that beautiful bravery within our heart, that Leo energy of the moon right now, to navigate those ways. We move forward. We have a goal. We know that we have a destiny. We know that we're meant for something more. And we need to use that Leo energy to be brave in the face of all of that so that we may heal. Yeah. Some of you may also be healing very much subconscious ideas about your future. Some of you might have had a very, very distinct plan about your future. And this push and pull drive, these unexpected moments are really taking away the aspects of that blindsided, I'm moving forward towards this thing that I know is for me. That's dated in old ideas. That's founded on unstable structures. That all of that stuff. Bringing in the heart space to heal, yeah, and to be able to move forward towards our goals. All right, last but not least, and I do believe that this is a bit of an answer to the beginning when I said, what does it mean to be brave? The moon is in a trine with Chiron. Okay, Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the one that understands that the past that wound us can sometimes have the most transformative and healing power. Okay, so this is like the penultimate Leo energy. All right, when we bring in the North Node, or not the North Node, well, the North Node as well, but when we bring in Chiron, when we bring in the wounds of our past in a healthy way, because that Leo energy is it's that it's it makes us able to explore old wounds with an open heart, you know, not judging ourselves for those old wounds, for the way things affected us in the past, not restricting our own growth by denying the truths about those wounds and what effects they had on our modus operandi. You know, I believe that a lot of us had very clear reactions to very repetitive energies. It was like whenever, it's like the Pavlov's dog kind of thing. When the bell rings, the dog salivates. Yeah. We were we had a modus operandi that was very rigid. And now we're seeing how those old wounds fed us into that pigeonhole. Yeah. Let's be honest now, Pavlov's dog, probably, I mean, yeah, sure, it got lots of snacks. But it's like kind of a tyrannical way to be like, okay, I'm going to make this dog do what I want in order to, by offering it food, you know, programming and indoctrination in a certain way. Yeah, if you're looking at the free will of the animal, sure, that animal doesn't want to be a experiment, you know. I mean, obviously we don't know, it's a dog and it's a long time ago and whatever, but I'm extrapolating. Those old wounds may have led us to have unhealthy modus operandi. Yeah. But the bravest thing that we can do for ourselves now is looking at realistically and not beating the shit out of ourselves for it. Not saying, oh, if I would have done something differently, I could have had something better sooner. No. You needed to go through exactly what you went through when you went through it in order to get to where you are right now. And had you not done that, you would never have gotten to where you are right now. Yeah, you might have gone through less pain, but guess what? It would have just resulted in more things coming up in a different way in order to show you how these things weren't working for you. All right? Okay, my friends, I'm going to pull a tarot card of the day today from the Labyrinth Tarot. It's really beautiful. I like it a lot. Let's see. Team of Teams, what is the energy of today, the 25th? Sorry. All right, we've got too many. I'm going to... Okay, no, it is this one. It's the Sun. There we have that little stolen baby on a little wooden rocker with a scary goblin sun. There are sunflowers around it, 4 of them. Some of you guys, sunflowers might be important for you. What is the message with this? Let me see here. Okay. The root to your happiness is in understanding your ego. I'm hearing with this. You know there's something more for you. You know you're moving forward, and you know that all these things that are going on around you, as annoying as they are, they will lead you to a happy place. Okay? We need to bring happiness into our world in a different way. Just like in Labyrinth, how the baby being stolen away ended up being a great blessing for this girl. She had a great adventure. She met all kinds of cool people. She learned lots of lessons, right? She stopped taking things for granted. I believe that we take for granted our ego a lot of the time because there is negative connotations with the word ego, and that, you know, we often use it as a way to insult somebody as, oh, that person is so egotistical. It's not always a bad thing to be egotistical, okay? Because the ego does help us in that fight or flight. It's like an animal will run away from predators, run away from danger because of its fight or flight. And for some of you guys, you needed to run away from those old wounds of the past for a while in order to find the true sense of who you really are. You know? The sun in astrology represents the way we put ourselves forward, the way we present ourselves to the world, and our ego. And I do believe that we are bringing great happiness into that feeling now, and we're trying to debunk and illuminate, especially with the sun. It's an energy of illumination. We're trying to illuminate healthy things for ourselves, new beginnings for ourselves, so that we can move away from the past and the old energies that hold us stuck. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Wands upright. Seven of Pentacles in reversed. And the Seven of Wands. Some of you are being encouraged to stop making investments where it doesn't serve you, to protect your energy because you're feeding it into something useless. Yeah. Some of you keep on thinking about one of these things of the past that you put a lot of investment in, but that it never came to fruition. And you're still like, oh, well, maybe I should still just wait because I did put so much energy. Surely something is about to come out. It's a very slippery slope, my friends. It's a very slippery slope. Because the other thing is that when we lend energy to something in the universal sense of stuff, is we could have the intention to lend energy to one particular thing, and then the universe can have very much other plans for that energy. Especially if there's free will involved. For example, if you were trying to bring in a particular position at work, yeah, but there's somebody else that occupies that position, right? And their free will doesn't want to leave that position. They're happy where they are. And we're investing all kinds of energy into taking that job, but it's a dead end. You can't take something that's not available, yeah? So maybe the universe kind of said, okay, well, she's putting all that energy, or he's putting all that energy into manifesting this position, their place in this position. But that position is actually not meant for them. So we're going to take that energy without them really knowing it because we know better, basically. The fact that the person who occupies that position had free will to stay there basically returns your energy to sender. But without you even knowing, maybe the universe takes that energy and puts it somewhere else. Invest that desire to have that new beginning, and puts it into somewhere where the energy actually can come to fruition. And it's something that's going to make you a lot happier than that job would have ever made you anyway. So I do hear that, again, this concept of rejection is divine protection. So if you've been wishing for something and the universe is not providing or not delivering to some degree, it's because maybe it's got investments for you in other areas and they will make you happy. So just be open to the flow of the universe and listen to whatever comes up. Use your heart. Yeah. Get into that heart space. Be brave. And just be willing to take whatever actions you're called to, because they will ultimately bring you happiness. Okay. Especially right now. If you are aware of all of this stuff and you've been doing lots of work, you really do have strong goals about about the things that you do desire. And even if, like I said, you're desiring something that isn't actually meant for you, trust that the investments will be made in energies that will be good for you. And that's what the universe is doing. They're saying, okay, well, if it takes a little bit more time, if it takes a few more detours, we will be able to redirect this investment energy into something better. Okay, friend and respect and value self. I'm hearing for some of you, you've been trying to make connections with people that are not right for you, okay? And you need to see how investing all your energy in those friends is not respecting and valuing yourself. And in fact, the best way to respect and honor a friend that you hold dear is by respecting and honoring yourself. Like I was saying about the motherhood or the parenthood energy, is if you neglect your own person, you cannot be a good role model for your child. So make sure that you're respecting and valuing yourself with regards to these loyal energies that you have. Start and conflict. Okay, guys, you might be feeling like you're at you're standing at the mouth of the opening to the battlefield, and that you're a gladiator about to begin a massive fight. Okay, it's conflicting energy. It's confusing energy. You do feel like the swords are about to cross. All right. If you are encountering a lot of conflict lately, it is so that you can start your true path towards your North Node, towards your destiny. Even if it doesn't look that way, this is really the beginning of something new. And it's only your perspective that's seeing this as a fight. All right, what else do we have? Stuck in a rut and threshold. You've been feeling like you're on the verge for so long, but you need to recognize how you are keeping yourself stuck. You are at the door, yeah? But if you've cut off your own hands, it's really hard to put a key in the door. Okay, so just be very careful with how you hold yourself in a stuck energy. Resistance and gratitude. Rejection is divine protection, all right? Be grateful. Tap into your energy of gratitude, okay? Because there is some resistance, something that you are trying not to see, that the more grateful you are for the situation that you're in, the more clear all of this will become. It doesn't serve you anymore to make investments in things. I mean, it never served you, but especially now, it doesn't. It's persistence, not resistance. Interesting. Sorry. All right. Well, I mean, I needed to say resistance, but we have persistence and gratitude. So you've had resistances in the past. You didn't want to see something clearly, but all of that stuff is being cleared up right now. You're realizing what it means to respect and value yourself and how that is being courageous. How bravery is having the courage to do what's right for yourself. Being vulnerable in order to create. Yeah. But you must continue to work on your gratitude game. Okay. Be persistent on this gratitude. Remember that even though things might not always look like they're working out in your favor, be grateful for whatever comes to you, because it is all a tiny little piece in the greater mosaic of what happens in order for you to get to where you are meant to be. Okay, darlings, that's it for me. So sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being a beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit that I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the ascended masters, the angels, whatever other energy came to us with this clear, concise messages for our greatest good. Whether in a timeless fashion, whether it be right now in the near or distant future, if you're here listening to me, there is something in for you. I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too, but if not, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll catch you next time. Bye.